For the holidays, Breslin Center in East Lansing. Conference opener for Nebraska, conference home opener for Michigan State. Jaden Akins leading the Spartans at over 12 points per game. And a foul off the ball called to get us going.
You could see that coming from about halfway through that possession. The post player to the stop, but what he needed to do was play from the hips down. He got caught in that chicken fighting up top and made it easy for the official to see.
First personal on Mia, the Washington transfer, and in it goes to Jackson Kohler on the inbounds. Trey Holloman, one of the co-captains for Michigan State, wearing the white headband. And here's Fears with less than 10 on the shot clock. Holloman's three ball rattles in, out, and back down the well.
They're picking up where they left off, and that's a good sign for Holloman. You got to love the effort. Pretty good job by Gary of blocking out, and Gary had to leave 2 games ago against South Dakota with an injury, but Holloman picking up offensively a possession before for Michigan State, knocking down a 3. Now the Spartans are 12 of 23 for their last 3-point offerings,
which is a marked improvement from their previous 8 games. Michigan State shooting just around 25% from sit around to Holloman for 3. In and out. And the rebound saved by Zapawa. Into Zapawa from Fears. And the big man with some nifty footwork down low.
And really nice timing by Zapawa as well, because they got Mia caught in the switch, and Zapawa waited half a beat. That gave him the opportunity to get to the rim.
Asijan saves the ball for Nebraska, and Worcester travels in the lane. Michigan State ball.
Well, Nebraska just kind of fell asleep on the scouting report. Akins, left-handed dominant player. If you're going to close out under control and close out protecting that left hand.
Bryce Williams trying to get Nebraska on the board. Juwan Gary for 3. That's a brick off the glass. Akins pushing the tempo. Kohler dribbles it out of bounds. It's Nebraska ball.
The leading scorer for the Spartans so far on the year is Akins. Nice little ball reversal.
This is Worcester, guarded by Jason Richardson, the freshman who checks into the game for the first time for the Spartans as well. Juwan Gary inside on Kohler, bucket and a foul.
Juwan Gary is a man. He is a grown man on both ends of the floor, and understanding, you know what, Jackson Kohler, I am just going to take this ball right into you. Recovering, kind of loses it on the way up here. Watch, it gets knocked loose just enough, but Gary's strong enough.
Starting for 3, that's off the mark.
Good job by Morgan. He's been a big lift off the bench. Was kind of his help and recover there. Excellent block out.
Here's Raleigh Worcester. The kick out to Buchtengel for 3.
Nice job by Worcester playing off 2 feet. Allowing Buchtengel to step in behind, and that's a good sign. Buchtengel was only 2 for 11 from deep prior to that.
So a 7-0 run for the Huskers after Michigan State grabbed a 7-0 lead to start.
Here's in there and attack off 2 feet.
Now Carr is shooting just over 42% from the free throw line this season. Looks great there. Later tonight, we've got more conference hoops action for you. USC takes on Washington. The action tips off at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific, only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app.
Got a line violation.
Cohen Carr is going to get another crack at a 2 for 2. Through his hands from Jeremy Fears. Bryce Williams pushes the tempo, throws one up around Frankie Fiddler, but the foul is on Fiddler. So we talked about the balance that Michigan State and Nebraska have, and right on cue, we're not even halfway through the first half, and 9 players have scored.
There have been very few easy looks for either team. The last basket from Nebraska notwithstanding off the...
Through his hands from Jeremy Fears. Bryce Williams pushes the tempo, throws one up around Frankie Fiddler, but the foul is on Fiddler. So we talked about the balance that Michigan State and Nebraska have, and right on cue, we're not even halfway through the first half, and 9 players have scored.
There have been very few easy looks for either team. The last basket from Nebraska notwithstanding off the
ball really well at the free throw line also, 87%. He takes all the good juju sent his way from the Breslin Center student section. Two-point game here in a close first half. Nebraska won the last matchup against Michigan State a season ago. That snapped to 10. Sam Hoiberg and an illegal screen set by Berke Buchtengel.
The momentum starting to shift to the Michigan State Spartans in the defensive end. Going Carr, keeping the ball in play. Offensively starting to click as well. He knows what to do with around the rim, and then good delivery from Kohler. Hits Akins right where he knows what to do with it. Michigan State on a run.
Right now, at Big Ten Plus, doubles already this season for Kohler, the junior from Utah.
And he's healthy as well. He struggled with some injuries a season ago, but has started to round into form. And Esijan back in the ballgame to try to stretch out this Michigan State defense.
Gary for three. Very little rotation on that ball, but Worcester with the offensive rebound.
They'll give Gary that shot just about all afternoon. And Kohler continuing to make his presence known on both ends. Good defensive stop, the kick ahead, then in the corner, shot fake. That's made possible because the fact that they're shooting the three ball at a much better clip over the last game and a half. You don't close out under control, and that's where they want to get into the lane. Obviously, far more efficient, and if you foul them, they'll make you pay there as well.
Jace Richardson, the freshman, of course, his father Jason was. Owen Carr still affected that shot.
He bumped him down low to force him away from the rim.
Akins mishandles the alley-oop feed from Trey Holloman, but there is a foul. And it's on Buchtengel, the big man from Turkey. That's his second.
I mean, you have to sprint back and protect the rim. You can't jog. You forget about anything else other than turning, churning, and burning to get down there. On the opposite side, and kind of stems the run put together by Michigan State. A chance for an and one. The transfer from North Dakota State playing very, very well in his first Big Ten game.
He's averaging 7.6 points per game, Sean. He just hit 7 points in this game already.
He's been very active defensively on those dribble handoffs, forcing the handler out wide, not allowing
a foul on Carson Cooper of Michigan State. This conference opener has been a long time coming for Michigan State. Look at all the miles that they've traveled this season. They've been to Spain. That was in August. They were in Atlanta for the Champions Classic. Of course, the Maui Invitational for Thanksgiving. They started Big Ten play on the road at Minnesota. It's been a long time coming here. Morgan missed.
That backcourt, even though they're kind of young, has been stellar in terms of valuing the basketball so far for Michigan State this year.
Here's Gary with a full head of steam. Not enough touch. And the rebound picked up by Cooper. Jace Richardson launches a three.
That's why they went over and reviewed it as we went to break.
On a different note, Esijan has taken just one shot today.
And there's been a number of guys that have drawn that defensive assignment, but Holloman has stood out to me mightily. I mean, he has been glued to his hip.
Esijan still playing it back. Raleigh Worcester at the free throw line. Nebraska trying to get back into this thing. That snaps a 9-0 run for Michigan State. And they get to the free throw line a lot. That's one way you could claw your way back.
and they outscore their opponents coming into this ball game from about 10 per game from that particular area of the floor.
Worcester just 1 for 2 at Michigan State.
His experience, he understands that the momentum has clearly shifted to Michigan State. He attacked the rim earlier and shot a couple. Here, shot fake, get to the rim, wants to leave it for Morgan, but he'll shoot 1-and-1 himself.
And he gets that one. The foul was on Jeremy Fears, by the way. Wisconsin, Michigan State, Nebraska. Top 3 in the Big Ten in free throw.
Just hustle, keeping this play alive. And again, playing with 2 hands, not panicking in traffic, dribbled into some trouble, but man, you cannot fault the effort by Jackson Kohler, coming off a double-double performance last time out versus Minnesota.
2.7 rebounds and 4 offensive rebounds for Kohler. How about a plus 16 rebound margin for Michigan State?
And it's reflected in second chance points as well for this. Up the mess, packing it in.
Two minutes to play in the first half. Worcester inside, up with the right hand.
Yeah, he's showing some basketball savvy, understanding he can back down the younger defender. And 3 of the last 4 possessions, Worcester has made the right basketball decision by attacking the rim.
Cohen Carr throws up a tough shot, and Morgan gobbles up the rebound.
See why Nebraska was very pleased to get Worcester transferring in from Utah, because he's got some experience, he's got some physicality, and he understands what his team needs at a particular time.
And they needed a point guard last season, especially the Cornhuskers. Ran a lot of their offense through Rink Mast, who's still on the team but will miss the season with a knee injury. 9 on the shot clock. Holloman tipped pass by Gary out of bounds. Backboard. And Michigan State closes strong. They take a 10-point lead into the locker room at halftime.
Sharing the ball, been very impressive for Michigan State over the last 2 ball games. Here's a great example. You pull the big away from the rim. Morgan kind of worried about no man's land out there, and then you slip going there. Kohler, outstanding first half in his own regard for Michigan State.
Kohler's like the plumber, doing the dirty work. 6 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 blocks.
First half or second half, they're going at each other, and both of them, especially the defender, you can't get caught with that chicken fighting up high. Get down and get your hip and trunk and move the defender if you're the offensive player, or dislodge, if you can, the offensive player for their defender.
Kohler! Man, off a bad shot by Holloman.
Just keep moving.
Up to 8 points for Jackson Kohler, picking up right where he left off. To shoot. Worcester misses the scoop. Nia saves it, playing with 3 fouls, and then he throws it away.
He threw to a voice rather than locating the recipient.
Fears is...
I think that's a safe assumption, yes.
You don't just get let off the hook at the Breslin Center.
I was just getting ready to say, we haven't seen Connor Essegian, and just as I was getting ready to say that, I saw Coach Fred Hoiberg motion down the bench to get Essegian in there, who has been more than held in.
Connor Essegian, what a pass, Butengel, underneath, in and out, another chance. Cohen Carr with the block on Gary. Back to Kohler, he misses the alley-oop. It takes a hard fall. He's okay. Raleigh Worcester, Gary.
The block.
It is on Fiddler of Michigan State.
I mean, high rising does not begin. He's going to come there on the. Yeah, that was completely inadvertent there. Doesn't make it hurt any less for Essegian's yapper, but the intent certainly was not there.
Worcester resumes play. Here's Williams, who, all things considered, had a quiet first half, just 9 points. A season
to try to dig out the holes.
Here's Sejan looking for his first points of the day. Good shot fake inside, and then a foul called before the Cohen Carr block. Foul is on Cooper again, so he picks up 2 quick ones and now has 3 for the game.
Good job by Sejan, Chris, of coming under control in that lane. 2 feet, shot fake, let the initial defender go by. You'll shoot a couple as a result.
Still perfect as a team from the charity stripe.
I mean, Spears is navigating a thicket of screens and then checks off Sejan. Now it's Richardson. I mean, they are hounding Sejan.
Nebraska lucky to hang on to the ball on this possession. Butengel too strong off the glass. Fiddler the rebound and a foul on Nebraska.
2 games for the Spartans, 26% on the year.
Nebraska here in the second half. Huskers can't buy a bucket.
No, and it's the fast break point, 16-2 on the game. And the Spartans, as they're known, pounding the glass, 15-3 second chance opportunity advantage to the team in green and white.
Sam Hoiberg misses a 3 out of bounds, and a foul called on Nebraska. It's on perfect. Jeremy Fears puts that streak on the line right here. 83% on the season. Michigan State 17 of 17. We're tempting fate right now, by the way.
I wish I don't have that kind of juice.
Here's that 6. That kind of Michigan State has made 8 threes. The most they've made at home this season. Of course, 11 on the road against Minnesota on Wednesday, their season high. Traveling violation there, Nebraska ball.
One of the few mistakes here in the second half. Watch the ball movement here. It starts with the kick out from Kohler. The ball doesn't stick, and Nebraska, that entire sequence was in a scramble mode, and the spacing and the confidence with which Michigan State is shooting, very impressive. And
at the stripe, Gary off the rim, Fears the rebound. Fears surveys, in it goes Booker, but Bryce Williams knocks it out of there, and Griffiths brings it up.
Not a good pass. Booker didn't do a great job of sealing, but if you throw it to the opposite hand, that's a layup.
Another turnover for Nebraska. Walking it on down because of a foul on Nebraska's Andrew Morgan. Michigan State is in the bonus. So a 1-and-1 for Xavier Booker. He knocks it down. Coming up, Big Ten Tailgate is live from Indianapolis to set the scene for the Big Ten Football Championship game between Penn State and Oregon. Next only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Big day, conference-wide, and great to kick things off. Akins in the face of a Sejan. Akins is 4 of 8 from beyond the arc today. He entered this game just 9 of 41. Getting his shot ironed out as Booker blocks Morgan, but a foul on Booker.
Well, everyone getting involved. Xavier booking.
Tang lands in the box score with a foul. I mean, a 40-point game in a conference game. I know it's early. This is Nebraska's first Big Ten game of the season, but it was something similar. We saw Ohio State get in a blowout loss to Maryland. I mean, it's just been a interesting start.
This is going to be a crazy season in a good way for Big Ten basketball. I don't foresee a scenario where the league champion has...
Tang looking for Kohler inside, guarded by Gary.
Nice pass.
Cooper, the 15-footer.
Man, that's pretty. By both. Not just by Kohler of drawing the double team, but how about Cooper stepping into the line of vision big delivery.
Cooper's the 10th Spartan to score today, duplicating their performance against Minnesota, where they had 12 in the score column.